So, trigger warning. This post is going to be a little controversial. So, I am giving you a trigger warning. So, don't come at me. These are thoughts on health and wellness. And I wanted to touch on body positivity. And that had me thinking, when did that movement start? When did all that really start? And why so much talk about body positivity? And why does that correlate or is always associated with people that are obese, right? For the most part. Obviously, it's a whole huge umbrella, but at the very crux of it, it started with radical fat activism back in the 60s, right? Alongside activism among ethnic minority women. These groups uh, protested against structural biases and discrimination. That being said, I want to touch on the health point of it. The umbrella is huge, but for me, my personal opinion, nothing that I've looked into or studied, and from the little bit that I know, this all started with the advent of processed foods. Prior to processed foods being out there, Americans were not really obese. Not minorities, not whites, not this, not ethnic groups in general. Just Americans in general were not obese. People were pretty much walking around okay in the health department. They weren't obese. I just want to talk about obesity. I don't want to talk about other aspects of the health. Just obesity, just the weight on the body, not health, but just the weight. People were not walking around with all this extra weight on their bodies. And media started to announce or make fun of those that were gaining weight, and the women were starting to gain weight. And then activism came out and body positivity came out, the group itself, bodypositivity.org. And I just want to say that all of this really truly came out when processed foods were on the market and supermarkets. That's all they had to do. All the Kellogg's of the world and all these other companies pushing cereal, pushing dairy, pushing all this extra meat and fatty foods. And this is when Americans started to go south with their weight. And right now, here we are in 2023, and 70% of Americans are overweight. Again, overweightness and obesity comes a lot of health issues. But again, I just strictly want to touch on the weight itself. And I feel like we need to get ourselves in order, ladies. We need to look at our diets. We need to look at our exercise. We need to look at what is really happening with our weight. What is happening up here with our mindset? Why are we carrying all the extra weight? Are we really eating that much processed food? Are we not taking the time to cook a clean meal? Is it really that hard? I know food prices are going up, but it doesn't have to be complicated. And with the weight on our bodies, our heart, liver, and lungs, they can't process all of this. It holds in pain and anger, and it creates illnesses and depression and heart problems and liver problems and autoimmune disorders. And I want to talk to my Spanish ladies because I'm Spanish. We need to get ourselves together. Reach out to a health coach. Reach out to the to your tribe, to your media, and talk about how you are tired of being overweight and what can you do about it. Us as a group, let's start a walking trend. Let's start a yoga trend. Let's all get together and go out and work out together. Let's pull ourselves together. And I hope this touched some of you, and I hope you think about it. Some thought-provoking thoughts on this. Happy Friday!